Hi everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield and I'm a professional dance choreographer and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States, and we are going to be taking a look at the first challenge of Kingdom Legendary War. I have had the worst time trying to get this franchise of a show onto YouTube in any capacity. Road to Kingdom was a total bust, so we are giving it a try with Legendary War because I did notice some reactors were able to get some of their reactions onto YouTube, so we're gonna also try on this end. So if you see this on YouTube, we did it in some way, but I am excited to at least attempt to try to get these out because I really enjoyed this season. Yes, I did take a look at the full episodes as well, so I have a lot of refined feedback based off of what I had spoken about in these challenges throughout the show. Also keep in mind I am coming straight off of Road to Kingdom for this show, as well as a lot of my feedback is pertaining to things and elements that I had seen from previous challenges or from the full episode. So context may be a little bit different depending on where you watch this. So let's go ahead and get started. First group is the Boyz. Looks like they're doing no air, which will be interesting. Here we go. The dramatic lights to reset. Oh, this is really cool. There's your fire. You see the production staff in the back. I was wondering who that was. Wow. Wow, so I'm assuming the dancers are the frozen individuals and they're in the white. Dope. Dope. So there's a lot of overlap right now with this group. They're using a lot of the camera as a perspective, like we're in it with them. Because we did that a little bit in their first one. Very cool. That's dope. Way to use the monitor to help with that. It feels like some of them have live. Yeah, you can hear them a little bit more. They're live here. I wonder if the vocalists, like, what's the word? It's cool. Yeah, I just wonder if the vocalists have their mics on, because I didn't hear with everybody. Nice! That was cool. That was cool. That is crazy. Like, it feels like they took, like, the entire freaking production room. That is crazy. Okay, before we get into this, I do know that there was a situation with Mnet, with this challenge specifically. I do know half of the groups had a particular, like, they had this kind of scale. I believe it was Stray Kids, Boyz, and ATEEZ. And then you have 3 groups that had more underdeveloped stages. And so a lot of people got upset with that because it felt like it was unfair, which I could totally understand and see that. So I'm going to look at this in 2 different ways. I'm going to look at it exclusively from the monitors and the content and the arrangement in one way, and then another one is with everything encompassed with it, right? And I do know the next challenges I think are a little bit more leveled out, so I think it's just this one specifically we're going to see a huge difference in stages. That's what Reddit told me. That's what I'm going to go off of. And unfortunately, I accidentally learned who ended up winning the show by diving into Reddit to really understand the, you know, kind of the tea with the challenges. So I feel like, I mean, I was looking forward to, like, really finding out because I had no idea who it was. But, I mean, I am looking forward to seeing what they end up doing. So, let's go ahead and let's talk about this. How they set this up, this is really, really cool. Like, it really felt like I was transported into another world. Great LED choices. I think really great, like, just having the snowfall and having their dancers be the iced over individuals. That was freaking sick. They transported us into a world. The beauty of a budget. Oh, side note too, and I did hear, I mean, y'all let me know, those of you who are, like, a part of whenever the show was airing. I did hear that Mnet was the one who dropped the ball on it, where they only communicated to half the groups about the budget and not the other half. So it's low-key Mnet's fault. But all the groups got under fire for it. Like, all the groups that had these types of sets got, like, heavy criticism for it. And I do have some thoughts about ATEEZ specifically, because I heard they ended up reusing their props from their concert. I got thoughts on that too, so stick around for this whole thing. But yeah, anyway, from the top here, I really do appreciate that they have this kind of camera where you have somebody who has this overlying draped effect. Like, this is freaking sick. Oh my god. The power of a fog machine in the snow and the dancers all in the art that they're in. Yes, there's glaciers, but, like, the LEDs, like, honestly, if you did take the glaciers out, you would still get some sort of effect like this. So I'm really just going off of everybody would have access to this type of, you know, whatever falls from the sky. Everybody has access to a fog machine. Everybody has access to an LED screen. That's what I'm really looking at. Glaciers really help make it and set it as an environment, but the essence of, like, what they're establishing in their story is very well done here with the choice of the type of snowfall. This is dope too. You know, yes, you have an LED right there. You took the glaciers away. If you took this out, like, honestly, if you were given, like, minimal props, it's nice to see the kind of bondage here. I mean, that's a weird thing to say, but I really appreciate the environment. It looks like he's captured. This whole beginning, they spend the first, you know, good minute just, you know, what's the word? Just unshackling him and setting up the tone, which is super cool. Then you have everybody kind of unwoken, so it kind of feels like we're breaking a spell or we're breaking something. And here we go. She presents her hand out. He goes, and he's like, okay, I'm going to cover it up. Really nice on the camera switch on this, because it is a one take, right? So one camera got draped over, the other one got draped to start, and then they unveiled it. So that's really cool. Love it. Now, taking this here, I mean, yes, I've done an analysis of no air. No, I cannot recall, like, a lot of the choices. I'm assuming da-na-na-na-na. There's, like, that kind of repetitive, but how they did it was really dramatic and cool. So this right here looks really dope. Having it, great LED choice. I'll say using the circular rotation of the formation is really nice. And then you have your 3 just props in different levels in the chair. Yeah, so all of that, dropping it up and then dropping it down to create a really nice transition over. I do like the opposition, having the iced over dancers and then having them with the white, really nice. Da 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 da, boom boom boom, branching it over, love it. Na, na, na. So I like how he has his moment. Camera, good job panning over to him. He drops down, they move over. Na, da, na, na. The kick through, I love that with a little glitch. I appreciate that with the dramaticness of it, really cool. Da, da, da. I like that choice, boom, boom, bringing it over, boom. Really like that choice as well, super dope. Yeah, I like that too, doing branching it up. Accents out, looks good. And the tension to bring it back in to kind of close these gates or something along those lines. Love that. And then you have with Q, yeah. So the thing is here's the deal. Yes, I can recognize them, but it's still dicey because it's a kingdom and I'm recognizing them from like 2024 now. So it's a little different and they're in different type of stage makeup and I'm looking at the content. It's a doozy. But I could probably do it. I like how he creates tension here. They build up the energy. That his sounds on. Julian's doesn't sound on, but I appreciate the vibe though. So here's your fire, really cool. He takes it off, establishes a new element, of course, a song of fire and ice. I like this right there, so I kind of have a feeling they took it off and then he kind of tossed it to recatch it, is what my gut tells me is what happened there. I don't know. And you have the extension of the hand. There's like an overlap of this hand that's brought in, so I'm curious if we're going to be seeing that throughout all of the, all of their challenges. I think that'll be really cool. So he takes it. And I like that with the boom, and it kind of feels like we've just dropped out sound. That's not how the original track works. I really like the arrangement. Definitely feels cinematic, epic, really ties in what they did to the Steeler. Right here, you have one of them. He feels like he has this kind of like ice glazed over, so he feels like a hybrid individual, or he's probably, I think he was the one, right? That was all chained up, Younghoon. And then it's all nice, boom. It does give me, like this undead, not dystopian. I mean dystopian, but instead of desert, you got ice. Like, it kind of gives that energy. I really like it. Are we thinking, yeah, it's cool. Just the tension through all of this, the dancers build up, really create a nice degree of opposition. Yes, I love the fire, but I like the environment with the ice in the back. I think it looks cool. The fire, I think, is more environmental. I don't think it actually like contributes a ton, except for when it drops out when he does this like push away. That's pretty much it out of when you would see it. Could they do fine without it? Personally, yes. I like the push back. It looks really nice. I like that choice as well. What ended up happening, where he has it and he's getting what's the word? Like he gets pushed away, brings it through, like that pull looks really nice. And then you have the opposition of people come up, looks nice. The pull and the tension of everybody is now joined, so it feels like we're building to a place, and you can tell there's more strings being introduced. There's a crescendo that's taking place. We're going from something soft to something loud. It feels like we're building somewhere. I love it, and I feel, that we have some sense of they are desperate and they are losing right now, but there's going to be a triumphant return or a comeback, right? I liked how they took that, and then it turned it into a really nice, like, kind of tabletop position. That looks really cool. No breathing. And then once again, you can still hear it. It's starting to build a little bit more. And they're still trying to, move through. I like the dancers. I love their fits. It looks really cool. They take it through, nice airtime from everybody. And I like having, proper spacing, great usage of dancers to create a degree of color opposition. Looks awesome. Taking it over, boom, boom, clean for sure. Love it. And then we branch it down. Looks really nice. Yeah, that sounded like we heard that mic. Love it. And he threw boom with a breath. I love that. I also know with Mnet, well, it's not really Mnet, but I know a lot of people were like, these groups need to be able to sing live. So I know there was probably that pressure on all the groups that we need to hear them live in some capacity. So I appreciate the hybridness of it. It makes it more impressive and more enjoyable to watch. Because for me, it feels like we get to showcase art. And I don't believe anybody gets eliminated, which is my preference. I don't like people getting eliminated on shows like this. The goal is exposure for the groups, and also to showcase them in a different way, in a different capacity, in a challenge format. So I feel like we can appreciate that. Yes, we're going to have rankings, but it really, it takes, yes, there's a lot of pressure in this, but it takes off a certain degree of pressure where it's like their company there could be some residual effects that take place if based on their elimination, right? Because that was the downside with Road to Kingdom, is I really didn't like the fact that you had groups that got eliminated, because I'm like, well, that's lack of exposure, which could be something that they're one challenge away potentially from really hitting the nail on the head and us being able to see them in a beautiful way, right? So that's just my personal qualm as a human. Wanna notice that we're adding extra harmonies, extra build. The tension on that is really nice, looks great. Away, it feels like we're taking the Fantasia, that one, and we're kind of implementing it and then threading it throughout a lot of their routines. So I think they're taking this elegant, triumphant approach in their challenges, like that, just the yell and the drop of everybody, of the dancers, and then just having your dancers in white. So basically just your members, and then this right here goes. Now, people, if you took the fire element away, could they have still had this really nice change? They could have done a lighting change with that. They could have also done an LED change with that. So there is a way that this kind of factor or this type of presence could still be showcased in a different budget-friendly way, if that fire was eliminated, you know? So I like the fire element, is super dope. It does create nice presence and tension, is super nice, but it's more environmental than anything. They could still get the same point across no matter what. So I like this. Those hands are freaking amazing. The intertwine is really nice. Hakneon does not have black hair here, so it is going to be hard to find him anyway. Then you have Kevin. Kevin's in his yearning era, you know? I love it. He's the pool. Pulling it up. I love that choice. And, you know, sometimes just going for it. Touch that face. Building it up well. Clasping it in. I wonder if they do show behind the scenes or in the context of the show that we're able to actually see who's behind there. I think that'd be really fun. This is really dope. Honestly, if you think about it, it's an LED and then they have the rope. This does remind me, you know, that it's in Crazy Form. Is it San or somebody where you see that kind of a cinematic CGI take place, and then he kind of moves and it showcases depth in a really cool way. That's what it reminded me of, but I know that came out later than this. But I really like that very smart way to use the LED screen. I had said the same thing about Wannis. They did a fantastic job using the LEDs to their advantage for their finals. So I think this was very smart. I love it. So he's literally hanging, but not super far off the ground, and I love it where he's going. This kind of trying to escape them. And I love the dancers there, and the camera work to where you can barely see the dancers is really cool. And then right here you have it in the transition over. You still have your lady. They move over. Now we have a white screen. They take it and then they go, and then we have a new. And it's like he's getting overtaken. I don't know, by the ice or something. Not quite sure. A nice little dance break moment. That boom and notice that we're really trying to listen into that music. The little taps, you can paste it, going from the legs, traveling it up. That I love it where you get to see the hands and it drops down onto the face. Really cool, that breath. And then right there, they catch all of his legs, they grab, they take it, boom, and they continue that energy down, building him right back up. The pull is nice. So I do like the change in the shift. Sounds really dope. Comes down, they pull him up, and then he goes and grabs, and he's being withheld. He's like, save me, help me. They pull it up. I wonder if he got caught on that at one point and makes him fall, because you could tell he caught on the tail end of his foot. But this right here, the hop over, and then you have the dancers come up. That was really cool on cue with the timing, with the sound, and then having the dancers peel up. Really, really cool. Bring it through, June, do. So we're now in that icy section once again. Of course, you have with the LEDs, and just the lighting is really, really cool. So like if you have these glaciers, but really bad lighting, it's just gonna look dinky, right? So the lighting plays just as much of a role in this as, you know, the LED does, or as, you know, the glaciers. Like they all work together. You know, if you eliminate the glaciers, you can still have some degree of essence, but it's not gonna feel as enclosed in your environment. So that I understand. No breathing, boom, 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 boom. Taking that through, they trace it, and then they allow it down to lift the leg up. They drop down, showcasing the opposition of the dancers, the opposition pull to and from. One air, boom, that pull is really nice. I love it. You still have your individual with the reach out, really cool. D. Really love that choice. The pull dropping down, right here, dropping it through. This is similar to the choreo that they have originally. Boom, hitting it through, do-do-doom. Tension once again being built, ding, ding, ding. Love that as well. And the double, boom, really helping on that sound, boom, boom on the bass. Super nice. Building up the tension once again. The dancers have now run in. Then you have them all moving in opposition. The fire has now returned. So showing combativeness. That flip was super cool. Very clean on how he landed it. Way to go. Da-da-da-da. There she is. They basically throw her, and they go, and the fire goes. The ice is now extinguished. Now you see fire encompass everything. Everything is now turned to like molten rock and little confetti to say, we did it, you know? So it's now, instead of snow, it's smoke. So lighting plays a huge role in that as well. So I really liked this. It's probably placed most likely top 3. I think it was very well done, and the usage of the dancers, usage of furthering their story, their concept. I like the opposition of fire and ice. The arrangement sounded really cool. It felt on brand, because I know that the Boyz, they're doing something more along the lines of just use your brain. They're doing something more along the lines of a different storyline, and it feels like we do see a relationship between their very first introduction into this. I see an overlap of some things that they enjoyed and explored movement quality-wise from last season. I really like this. It was very strong from them, and it felt very well done and complete. It was nice.